Hello students, hope all of you are doing good and staying safe. In our last session, we started with the 15th chapter probability. We understood the various definitions and the various types of events. Today, we will start with the only exercise in the chapter, that is exercise 15.1. So keep your textbooks in front of you, refer the questions and let us discuss them together, right? So we start with exercise 15.1. The first question is a fill in the blank, that is complete the following statements. First one is probability of an event T plus probability of not event E is dash. So we can say probability of E plus probability of not E is equal to 1. This is the formula what we had seen, right? Second, the probability of an event that cannot happen. We know such an event is going to have a probability 0. The first blank will have the answer 0. Such an event is called impossible event. Third, the probability of an event that is certain to happen is 1, and such an event is going to be called as a certain or a sure event. Fourth, the sum of probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is 1, and the probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. That is, the minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 1, right? So that is going to be your first question. Fill in the blanks. Please take this down and then we can proceed to question number 2. Okay, let us look at question number 2. Which of the following experiments have an equally likely outcome? Explain. First one, a driver attempts to start a car, the car starts or does not start. Right? If you remember, we had discussed the equally likely events with an example of 3 balls in a bag, blue, yellow and red. where we had shown that probability of drawing one single ball from the bag is the same, that is 1 by 3, and such events we had described it as equally likely events. Now, in this situation, the first one, a driver attempts to start a car, right? The car starts or does not start. Now it depends upon various factors, right? Various different conditions, and such conditions have not been described in this particular sum, right? And since they have not been described, it depends upon environmental factors, it depends upon the condition of the car, right? The car may be a total loss, so it's obvious it is not going to start. So such conditions have not been described in this particular sum, so we can say that the probability of starting a car over here or not starting a car are not equally likely. That means we can say it is not an equally likely event. Question number 2. A player attempts to shoot the basket. She or he shoots or misses the shot. Now, once again, a very incomplete statement. We have not been described regarding the player's profile. That means, is the player a defensive player, is the player an attacking player, or various such conditions which can decide or which can affect the answer. That means, will the player be able to shoot the basket or not? That means we can say this is also not going to be an equally likely event. Question 3. A trial is made to answer a true-false question. The answer is right or wrong. Now this is equally likely because we know that a statement may be true or a statement may be false. You cannot have any answer other than that. So we can easily say it is an equally likely event. And then question number 4, a baby is born, it is a boy or a girl. This is once again like having only the only two options. Thus we can say that it is an right. So that will be your question number 2. Please take it down, then we can start with question number 3. Okay, we come to question number 3. Why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get the ball at the beginning of a football game? So, very easy. When we toss a coin, we already know that there are only two possible outcomes. That is a head and a tail. Right? A head or a tail. And in the same way, the number of teams participating in a football game are also going to be 2. So, every team has a fair chance of getting a toss in its own favor. So the number of teams and the number of outcomes match. First we can say that the both teams have an equal chance of winning the toss. So we can say because the number of outcomes and number of teams are same, so it is equally likely that a team wins the toss. Right? We will also complete question number 4. Please pay attention to that. Question number 4 is, which of the following cannot be the probability of the event or of an event? Here we can say that the correct option is going to be option B, that is minus 1.5, because probability of any event lies between 0 and 1. That means it cannot be greater than 0 nor it can be less than 1. Right? In fact, it cannot be greater than 1 nor it can be less than 0. That means negative value is not possible. Right? Now, question number 5 is also a simple one. We are being told that the probability of an event is 0.05. We want to find the probability of not E. Now, probability of not E is always 1 minus probability of E. So, this is going to become 1 minus 0.05, that is 0.95. Right? So, that is questions 3, 4 and 5. Please kindly note it down. Then we can proceed to the next. Next, question number 6. A bag contains lemon flavored candies only. That means the bag has no other flavor candy. Malini takes out one candy without looking into the bag. What is the probability that she takes out an orange flavored candy? Now it is obvious that it is impossible to take out an orange flavored candy. Thus we can say that the probability of that event is going to be 0, because it is impossible to take out the orange flavored candy. Right? Second, it is a lemon flavored candy. And for the second event, the probability is going to be what? 1, because bag only contains lemon flavored candy. Right? The bag only contains lemon flavored candy. That means the first question, the event is a impossible event. And the second question, it is a certain event. Right? Now question number 7. It is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is 0.992. Now there it is very important, the word not. That means I can say that the probability of not event is 0.992. Okay. Next, what we want to find over here is what is the probability that 2 students have the same birthday. That means what we need to find is probability of E. Now probability of E is 1 minus probability of not E, which is 1 minus 0.992, which is 0.008. Right? What is that? 0.008. That is the question number 7. So please take down question 6 and 7, then we can proceed to the next. Okay, we come to question number 8. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. So total number of balls in the bags are 3 plus 5, that is what? 8. So I can say n over here is what? 8. Why 3 red plus 5 black? Now, a ball is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability that the ball drawn is a red ball? That means probability of the event that the ball is a red ball will be favorable outcomes 3 upon total outcomes that are going to be what? 8. Second, what is the probability that the ball is not red? So if it is obvious that if it is not red, there are two ways to find it. Either you directly consider it to be what? Black. So probability of that event will be what? 5 upon 8, right? And not red, that means you can find the probability of not red as 1 minus. So here I say red, not red, not red will be 1 minus probability of red, 1 minus 3 by 8, 8 minus 1, 3, 5 upon 8. So probability of the event that is not red. Either you write it directly, that means considering that if it is not red, it is a black ball. So we can say probability of being a black ball, right, will be 5 upon 8, or probability of not being red, that is not R, is 1 minus P of R, and then you can complete that. So please finish off question number 8, then we move on to question number 9. Okay. A box contains 5 red marbles, 8 white marbles and 4 green marbles. So total number of marbles are 5 red, then we have 8 white, and then we have 4 green. So 5 and 8 plus 4 is going to become 17 marbles. First we need to find the probability that the marble taken out is going to be a red marble. So probability of getting a red marble will be 5 upon 70, right? Next, probability of getting a white marble. There are 8 white, so 8 upon 70. And then probability of not getting a green marble. That means probability of not green will be 1 minus probability of green. How many green marbles? 4. So 1 minus 4 by 17. If you take an LCM, 17 minus 4 upon 17, that is a 13 upon 17. So getting a red marble 5 upon 17, getting a white marble 8 upon 17, and not getting a green marble is 13 upon 17. Right? So please finish this off, then we can move to question number 10. Next is a piggy bank, contains 50 paise, 150 paise coins, 50 rupee 1 coins, 20 rupee 2 coins, and 10 rupee 5 coins. Right? So that means the total number of coins in the are 150 paise coins. Then 51 rupee coins. Then 22 rupee coins and 10 5 rupees coin. So total number of coins in the bag is 180. We first need to find the probability of the event that when you are picking out, if it is equally likely that one of the coins will fall out of this bank if it is turned upside down. What is the probability that the coin is going to be a 50 paise coin? So probability of that event that it is a 50 paise coin will be 100 by 180, which is going to be 5 by 9 after I cancel them with what? 2. Next, second is, it is not going to be a 5 rupee coin. So probability of that not event is 1 minus probability of the event So here I am saying that F is the event that coin is a 5 rupee coin. So this symbol over here indicates probability of not F is going to be 1 minus probability of F, which is going to be that it is a 5 rupee coin, that is going to be 10 upon 180. This will cancel. What I get is 18 minus 1 upon 18, that is 17 upon 18. Right? So that will be question number 10. Please finish this, then we can start with question number 11. Okay, question number 11. Gopi buys a fish from a shop for his aquarium. Shopkeeper takes out one fish at random from the tank containing 5 male and 8 female fish. What is the probability that the fish taken out is a male fish? So first we look at the total number of fish. 5 male, 8 female, that is a total 30. So probability that she takes out a male fish will be 5 upon 30, right? So that's it in question number 11. Question number 12. A game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of the numbers from 1 to 8, and they are equally likely outcomes. What is the probability that it is going to point at 8? So it is obvious. Probability that the number points on 8. Now there are total 8 numbers, so upon 8, and the value 8 is only occurring once, so the probability of getting a 8 will be 1 upon 8. Second, what is the probability of getting an odd number? Now from 1 to 8 there are 4 odd numbers, 1, 3, 5 and 7. So favorable outcomes in this case are going to be 4, total is 8, so 1 upon 2. Then the numbers greater than 2. So there are 6 numbers greater than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So probability of getting a number greater than 2 is going to be 6 upon 8, which is 3 upon 4. And last is question number 4, a number less than 9. Now as you see that all the options, that means all the numbers in this case are less than 9, so the probability of getting a number less than 9 is a sure event. So I can say 8 upon 8, that is what? 1. Right? So that is up till question number 12. In this session we are going to keep it up till question number 12, and in the next session we will continue from question number 13. Please remember to make your notes. Just do not look at the lecture, listen and then turn it off. Please make sure that you are writing all these sums in your classwork notebook so that you have a written practice. Please do not forget to make the notes, right? So please take this much down, and then we can meet in the next lecture and continue from question 13. Till then, thank you.